Well,
Okay.
I come from a poor family. Poor, 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 poor. I never had a full glass of milk. Always half water, half milk.
Mm.
And my mother would go to the kibbutz, places where farmers would sell stuff, and
Like a farmer's market.
lungs of cows. You're not supposed to eat them or anything. Of course, the lungs
In the truck, there's some on the side pocket.
sort of disease out in the body and everything. But they had lungs on it. They had the hearts and everything. That would be the cheapest meat you could buy. You could buy that for 10, 12 cents a pound. And my mother would buy the lungs and she'd buy the heart. She'd cook it and try to season it up so it would taste good. But the lungs were gummy when you bit into them. But we were poor, poor, poor. There was a guy in the area that had snowball carts. You know what a snowball is? You scrape the ice, and then there's flavors around the side. What would you like, sir? I'd like cherry. You put cherry on it. It would sell for 2 cents, 3 cents, and a nickel. If you wanted extra flavor, you pay an extra penny for it. I went over there, and I got a job selling snowballs for it, one summer. And I guess I was 7 or 8 years old. Made a couple bucks a week, which was a lot of money. And next year I said to my dad, I said, hey, Dad, buy me a Bolton wagon. A Bolton wagon has steel wheels, easy to pull, rolls easy.
Bulletin with a newspaper wagon.
Yeah. And he bought me a Bolton wagon, made an area for the ice, made an area for the stick. And I would go out and I sell snowballs. I tripled my money because I'm in business for myself, 8, 9 years old, I'm selling snowballs. 10 years old, 10, 11 years. I said, Dad, if I had a pony, it would be easier on me. I could sell other things. I could sell yum yum. You know what yum yum is? Today they call it Italian ice. Years ago they called it yum yum. I said, I could sell yum yum. And he said, well, you got to get a wagon made. So we went to a guy, he made us a little wagon. He bought me a pony. And we had an extra garage. We kept the pony in there. You can't take a house like this and keep a pony on the side. It's a different world. It's a different world. So got that pony going. And they used to call me. I'd go. I'd have a route. I'd have a. We lived on 23rd Street. That area started 18th Street to 36th Street, and I would go up and down the street. Once I'd leave 11, 12 o'clock and hit that into the afternoon, and then 4 or 5 o'clock I'd start the night route. And I would have an old drum from a car, brake drum, and I hit clang, clang, clang. They say, here goes Bodie Boy, here goes Bodie Boy. And they knew the sound. People knew. When I'd walk out there with the pony, and the people would wait till I got there, the kids would wait. Snowballs, yum yum. And then I got involved in ice cream. Then I got involved in pretzels. Used to sell a pretzel for a penny a piece. You could buy 100 pretzels for 25 cents. And I used to sell them for a penny a piece. And slowly I built up the route. And Labor Day or Memorial Day, big park, thousands of people there. I'd have yum yum. I got an ice cream guy to give me an ice cream box with dry ice. And sold ice cream. I sold ice cream, yum yum, pretzels, flags. I sold flags. I unhooked the pony and I hired a kid. I said, you take my pony, I put a saddle on it, walked him a block and back and charged a nickel for rides. That's all that little pony did all day. He probably went home dragging it. And here I'm making money from the pony rides
Wow.
and slowly building it up. And one morning I get up, I look across the street. I slept.
Don't forget the produce, honey. You bought the
Oh
produce.
yeah. In the wintertime, ice cream and yum yum, no good no more. So I went, bought produce.
Mhm.
I used to go to the farmer's market. At first I would start as a farmer's market. They would come.
He lived
What?
in Camden and was over the bridge.
Well, wait a minute. The first time they had a farmer's market in Camden, Friday and Saturday, I would go over there and buy tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that. And then Monday I'd make myself a route and sold produce. Tuesday would be another route. And then it got so good didn't have enough. So I used to get up early in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We had ferries at that time from Camden to Philadelphia. Philadelphia was a big market. They called it Dock Street. All the produce for that whole area would come in that place. And I'd hook up the pony early in the morning, go over, it cost me a nickel to go with the ferry to the Philadelphia, loaded it up with produce. You know, they start calling me Pony Boy.
How old were you then?
Yeah, loaded up with produce and come home just in time to get ready to go to school. And my mother would take it, unload it, and she had an idea how to lay it on a cart so it could be sold and everything.
And lay it in the grass overnight and put straw on top so it was fresh.
Yeah, wet it down, the corner. So I would sell that produce all Monday one route, Tuesday another route, and build up a good business. There were some customers that I had, they weren't even home when I went there. They worked late. Leave what you want on the porch and leave me corn, leave me tomatoes, leave me squash
Watermelon.
and a watermelon or something, and I'll pay you on Saturday when I come. And I build up a business selling produce. And it got to the point, I'm 12, 13 years old, this apartment house across the street.
The guy you hired to drive.
Wait a
it.
minute. The apartment house across the street for sale. You know, it's empty. There's a sign on it. Jack Lit Real Estate. So I said, wow. And there is 10 apartments. There's a store in the middle, another house here. I went to the real estate guy. I said, Mr. Lit, I want to buy 301 Penn Street. How much do you want? He says, people want $12,000. I said, okay. I left. I come home to my mother. I said, do you think Aunt Rose will lend me some money? She says, I had a rich aunt. She says, what do you need money for? What do you need Aunt Rose for? I said, I'd like to buy that apartment house, Christian. In the meantime, my mother had 3 houses on across the street, renting rooms and everything. And she would rent 5, 6 different rooms here. That's all she did, you know. She was a hustler. My father was the opposite. My father would say, what are you killing yourself for? What are you working nights for? What are you working 7 days for? All you need is a place to sleep and to eat. That's enough. My father was contented, you know. My mother, one house, got it paid for. Bought another house, got it paid for. Bought another house, got it paid for. Worked and worked and worked. This house became vacant across the street.
Apartment house.
I said, I
Wasn't
want to
house.
buy it. She said, how much do you need? I said, $12,000. She said, well, you go to school. Let's see what we can do. I come home that day. There's a certified check made out to William Sikora, $12,000. I said, Mom, where'd you get this money from? She said, you know, all the years that you brought the money in and you dumped it on a table, never counted it. She says, I put it all in the bank for you. She said, here's a check, it's your money. You don't have to borrow no money. So I go to the real estate guy. I said, Mr. Litt, I want to buy 301 Penn Street. He said, I can't sell it to you. I said, what do you mean? You told me $12,000. Here's the $12,000. He looked at it. He said, where'd you get that check? I said, my mother gave it to me. He said, I can't sell it to you. You're a minor. So it's against the law. And so I go to Sunday school every Sunday. Walk 3-4 miles to go to Sunday school. Had a teacher was a lawyer. And he was a Sunday school teacher, Mr. Bennett. I come to Sunday school after the real estate guy said I can't sell it to you. And go to Sunday school. I got the check in my pocket. Like there was nothing to me. So the teacher said, what's wrong with you, Billy? You're not the happy Billy I know. I said, I got a problem. Pulled out the check. He said, where'd you get that? What are you doing with that? I said, I want to buy an apartment house and they won't sell it to me. I'm a minor. He said, you are a minor. I said, I want to buy this house. He said, well, let's have the Sunday school lesson. We'll talk afterwards. So after Sunday school, we sat down. He said, tell me, 301 Penn Street. I looked out the window. It was empty. And the little store, I sell produce. I could put the produce in there during the day and my mother could take care of it, have a little store going and everything. And he says, I'll take care of it. Whatever he did, I owned that house.